Welcome to lovely Atlanta, and it looks like a beautiful night in lovely hot Atlanta. And I don't think it's not as hot as usual tonight. It's weather's beginning to change. We're starting to see a little effects of the seasons. You're looking here at Nimbus Airport. This is a Nimbus created airport. I think they are the top-notch Cadillac of airport custom scenery creators. You're looking also at the largest airport in the United States. I think the largest, most active, largest airport. Um, okay, they say about Atlanta, to get to heaven, you got to go through Atlanta, and there's some truth to how much you have to go through it. So anyway, we are currently here. We're going to be flying to DC. We're taking a 737-800 into DC. DC is another custom airport, custom scenery made by TAI Models. I think it's TAI Models. Once again, they do an excellent job at their models. So we're gonna take we're just taking a basic Zibo here. Hey, I've been looking for a good 717. If y'all know of one, let me know. You know, Delta has the largest number of 717s in the world, along with I think Hawaiian Airlines, because they're so perfect for the way that they use them. Um, so if you hear of anyone, I know now you can modify. I think the MD-82. I think there might be an MD-82 near me right now. Oh, that's not. No, that is a 717. So this is a 717. So if you look at the MD-82, it's really just a leaned out, like less fancy 717. But I really would like to get my hands on a 717, like one that. And maybe it is just a modified thing. Maybe that's what they did. But I just thought it would be fun to fly one of those on one of the local routes for Delta here. Let's go ahead and get our IRS alignment on here. I'm on the GPU right now, but I'm about to switch over to the APU in just a moment. There's no need for me to really stay on it while I'm here. We're not going to be on the ground that long. I'm going to go ahead and move these pumps here to active, and we're going to get our logo light, our steady position light, anti-collision wing, and wheel well light on. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and set this to 35,000 because that will be our that will be our flight level while we're flying. And let's go and drop the hydraulic pumps there. All right. We'll get some lights going here. I do have this. I have one of these. So this here, the MSD, I actually have a physical one in front of me. No, I don't recommend buying one if you don't have the money. Don't do it. I don't know. I don't know why I did it. I did it. I did. It was. I had a weak moment. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit auto throttle arm up, and flight directors are to the on position. We're going to go ahead and start setting up the FMS. We're going to go ahead and take care of just some little details on the FMS. And by the way, another one I can go ahead and set. I think our climb, our first climb altitude is going to be 10,000, 10,000 coming at that's Atlanta, and so we can go ahead and set that in there. Let's go ahead. Okay, so if you've never done this, this is a good one to just kind of follow along.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta Sky Team and our global partners, welcome on board your Delta flight going to Washington Ronald Reagan National Airport. As you're making your way to your seat, we kindly ask that you please step into your row and out of the aisle as quickly as possible to allow those passengers behind you to make their way to their seat
let's
as
go to
well.
route.
If you're traveling with a
flight
larger
plan.
roll aboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first, on either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is shared space, so if the bin directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space.
Load, activate,
Brought in a second item
execute.
with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack. You can go ahead and utilize that space under this seat in front of you, so that we can utilize that overhead bin space for your larger bags without having to check them plain sight to your final destination. Feel free to utilize your mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. So I'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
We're going out on 9 left on Jack 2. You see there, Jack 2. And Kellen. We're going to be coming into DC on the CAPS 3, and I'm already seeing something I don't like. We'll see. We're coming in on ILS 01, CAPS 3, and waves. And it does have me coming in on 01. Okay. Alright, we're all good. We're all good. Let's go ahead to the fuel and weight balance, airside services. One second here. And this is the screen. If you ever not used this much and you're new to it, main screen, fuel and weight balance, airside services, page 2, load OFP, and activate. Alright, here it comes. This is a neat airport. It really is. Even if you go inside of the terminal, that's a lot of detail right there. People are a little bit like creepy, but the detail's really good. Really good.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Right, and we're going to go ahead and cut on the APU, and to do that, let's go down to APU. Kick it, boys. One time you hit it for 3 seconds, and then you wait for your fuel light to come on, and then or oil light, and then you hit it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go, and it will start powering itself up. And there's the exhaust for it, which, by the way, I need to get the APU bleed on. It's not on yet, but it will be. There we go. APU bleed. Kick it right there. And I can go ahead and click these middle twos for the APU, and it'll switch us over to the APU. So now we no longer need the GPU at this point. And let's see if it is. Let's see if the GPU's there. We're going to disconnect it. No, okay. So it must automatically, when you go off the GPU, it automatically disconnects, or they take it away right away. If you're on an Airbus, you have to, remove it, have it removed.
Fuel is all loaded up, and you are good to go.
That sounds wonderful. Okay, we're going to go ahead also and drop the no smoking sign and the seat belts. And what's going to happen there is it's going to load passengers. I'm going to leave the seatbelt and no smoking on auto, so that way it takes care of itself and I don't have to think about it. It's just if I, unless I have something going on, I don't have to think about it. So actually, we're gonna set the cabin light to medium. I don't like it bright. I don't like super bright lights.
Folks from the cockpit, I'd like to welcome you on board. We're ready up front. Everybody's closed up outside. We're just waiting to get some of our performance numbers and the clearance from air traffic control, and we should be underway.
Okay.
It's our pleasure having you on board with us today. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Should be underway here shortly. Thanks for flying with Delta today.
All right, our reserve fuel, by the way, is 7.4. 7.4. And then from there, we'll load our numbers. Okay, let's execute that. N1 limit, takeoff, flaps. Let me pull up information in my flight plan. I know I need. I mean, I could put it up on the screen, but I have it on the iPad, so I apologize. I can't show it to everybody. Okay, here we go. So I'll run through these flaps. We're gonna be going out tonight on flaps 5 from Atlanta. Unless something really is extreme, that's all you'll ever go out on this here. Our center of gravity, we actually will get from right here, and the center of gravity for takeoff will be 29.1. That's a little bit high. That's a little bit like off from usual. We must be rather full. How many people are on the plane? Let's see. Wow. We're full. We're full on this flight. Anyway. Okay, so 29.1 gives us a trim of 4.21. So we will adjust our trim. It's not completely rocket science. It's plain science, okay? But anyway, we want to be about 4.25, 4 and a quarter, 4 and a quarter. Okay. Next page. Because we'll come back to this. We're going to be loading those. We do want a cutback on takeoff, and our runway winds are 045 at 11. I haven't been putting in the runway slope, and maybe I need to start. That's one thing I just never started doing. Okay, anyway. But the flex temp is 5.1. 5.1. Right here. Now if we'll go back to this page here, we'll lock in those numbers. 141 V1 rotates 143, and V2 is 147. 147. Don't do that. We're going to put in our speed right here, just to put 147. And our runway takeoff heading, I'm just going to put that around 90 for now. Okay. Do you notice here? I think I can already hit those buttons there. Yeah, I can. Right. Also for takeoff, we're going to go ahead and hit RTO now. I'm going to hit my weather on my side, and for my co-pilot, I'm going to hit his terrain button. Okay. It's time to introduce our illustrious co-pilot. And but hey, Brian, you doing okay?
I am doing well, Steve. flight.
All right. A quick briefing, and then we'll do the big briefing later. You will be pilot monitoring tonight, so I'm placing you in charge of all comms, and I need you to get our IFR clearance.
Got it, Steve. I'll handle the comms and get our IFR clearance.
You're the man. I think I like the dim. Let's just keep it on the dim there. Okay. Bring up some lights for the panel there. He hasn't gotten our IFR clearance yet. Good crew resource management would say, I wait for him to do it, but he might need a little bit of prodding. Okay. Alright, let's make sure the right vehicle's there. There we go. Brian, go ahead and get our IFR clearance.
They'll get our IFR clearance now.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 7673. We'd like to receive our IFR clearance, and we have Papa.
Stand by for that clearance. Delta 7673, Atlanta clearance, clear to Reagan via the Jack 2 departure. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.600, squawk 2176. Expect runway 9er left.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 7673, cleared to Reagan via Jack 2 departure. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 350 10 minutes after departure.
TCAS active.
Departure frequency is 124.6. Squawk 2176. Anticipate runway 9 left.
Delta 7673, read back correct.
Brian, it's okay to go ahead and get our pushback and start clearance.
Requesting pushback now.
That's a nice
7673 requesting pushback. We are with Papa.
Delta 7673, pushback approved, tail south.
Zulu Bravo 738, Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta INTL.
Hey Captain,
ground.
let me know where you want this thing.
Wind 041 at 7 knots. Active departure runway 09L.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
I'm turning on my runway turn-off lights right now. I don't turn the taxi light on because he always fusses at me that I'm blinding him. So I'm gonna be good, unless he ticks me off. No. Right. Once again, well done, Nimbus. Well done. A lot of activity here, by the way. It's Traffic Global. If you're wondering where all the AI traffic's coming from, there's a Spirit coming in, Spirit Airlines.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Oh, I got one coming in for landing there. It's a Delta. Wow, a Delta Airlines jet coming in here. What a surprise. Right. Yeah. If I ever hear someone say, "Hey, I went to Atlanta and I didn't see a single Delta plane."
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
There's no way you wouldn't see one. They're
Here
everywhere.
comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, we're going for engine 2. All right, engine 2 start.
Flight attendants, prepare your
Switch
doors
over.
for departure, please. Cross-check and all call.
Monitoring for 25 right here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your
25-ish,
flight.
25-ish, yeah.
So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Insert fuel.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta. Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low
Engine
and
what?
tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your
Just
seat
about
has a
done here.
shoulder
Go ahead and set
harness,
your parking
attach
brake.
the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release,
And we're
push the metal
disconnecting the
tip
tow. Give me just a moment.
Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placard and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane. 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door
And we're
is a
disconnected.
detachable
Signal
slide
and pin on the
used
left.
as a
Take it
ramp.
easy and have a safe flight.
In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry and baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove
Right,
any
let's
face
go ahead
covering
and
place the mask over your nose
complete
and mouth. Slip
setting
the
up
elastic
our
strap over
panel.
your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note the oxygen is
Heater,
flowing, so don't
window
worry
heat
if the
on.
bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust
Probes
your own mask
can be
before helping others.
turned on. We're not going to be using the center pumps at any time.
Evacuation is
We're going to
also
activate
unlikely,
the engine
but just in
buses.
case. Life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat.
Taxi
Remove
light,
the vest from its container by
and
pulling on the tab and then opening the
we're
pouch.
going to turn off the
Slip the
APU.
vest over your head. Wrap the strap around
APU
your waist.
bleed
Attach it
off.
to the buckle in front and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane,
Packs are set
inflate
to
the vest
auto.
by pulling down on the red
Isolation
tab at
valve
the
to
bottom,
auto.
or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level.
And position
A
light set
water-activated light
to
is attached
strobe.
to each vest. For children
Engines
under 35 pounds,
set to continuous.
place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and
Anti-skid
rear
has
of
already
the
been
plane.
set to
We'll distribute these
RTO,
vests if necessary.
just in case.
Before
And flaps are
takeoff,
being
bring your
set
seat to
to
its upright
5.
position
1,
and stow
2,
your tray
3.
table,
That'll be
foot
5.
rest and leg rest.
We can
Be
watch
sure you fasten
our
your seatbelt
dial
low
here.
and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position.
Or we
Or
can
as
watch the
otherwise
flaps.
indicated
How
on the
about that?
placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card. in
Right,
your seat
flaps are
pocket.
set.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Brian, can you get our taxi clearance, please?
I'll get our taxi clearance now.
Delta 7673, ready to taxi. We have Papa.
Delta 7673, runway 9er left taxi via 2 northeast, Foxtrot 2, Echo 1 northwest, 1 southwest, Tango Mike Lima.
You heard that.
Runway 9 left, 2 northeast, Foxtrot 2, Echo 1 northwest, 1 southwest, Tango Mike Lima. Delta 7673.
Hey, babe, did you have a good time? Anybody LARPing? Really? Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time. You know where Mom is? She's been in Georgia. DSS case. She had to go pick up a child with Brandy. With Jay's buddies. With Jay's buddies. No, it's one of Brandy's, but she took her in the van. Church van. Okay. All right. Oh, we're going all the way down to 9 left. 9 left. Tell you what, this even on the ground, this thing gets up and goes. Yes, it gets pickup. You can see why it's such a workhorse. SkyWest, or excuse me, Southwest flies nothing but 737s, and they, you know what, that was a really smart move, but they bank their maintenance and everything on one single aircraft, and I think it's worked out well for them. I made a wrong turn. Technically, I did. I can make it better, but I made a wrong turn. I didn't turn. I should have turned at that left there. But the way this runway, where they make the runway here, where we're not the 9 left in, 9 right in, is it U's around, and you can actually come to the runway from the other side. And that's what we're going to do. Okay. Here's our runway right there. Their runways here in Atlanta are so well thought out. Just the way everything's formed and shaped. A lot of thought went into this. There's actually, to my right, there are two more runways. There's one, you take a longer, it takes a little bit more time to get to it, but there's a longer taxiway that runs out to, I think, runway, it's 10. Right, we're going to stop here. Let's put a brake on. Okay. We're going to switch over to landing lights. We're going to cut off our runway turn lights and our taxi lights, so we're strictly on landing lights now. Our anti-skid is set to RTO. Flaps are set to 5, and we're ready. We're almost ready for departure. We're going to reset our chronos there, so it'll do two things. Some on the Airbuses, they need to know how long they're on toga. For this muscle car 737, not as big of a deal. All right, Brian, we're holding short, runway 9 left, ready for departure.
Contacting tower for takeoff clearance now.
Okay, so we're also using Traffic Global. Traffic Global, that's what all the traffic you see here, AI traffic. Traffic Global is not always in sync with, say, Intentions. They don't talk. They're just not designed to talk. And so you have to watch. There's times that Traffic Global is taking off from the opposite runway. And I don't know why exactly, because if they're keeping up with the winds and different things, they should know what to do, but sometimes that's a little annoying. You have to just monitor for it. And we'll see why Brian's done that twice tonight. He's just like dropped off. Brian, do I have your full attention tonight? I need you to focus. And we need to get our takeoff clearance for runway 9 left. We're holding short.
I am focused, Steve. Getting our takeoff clearance now.
I don't think he's focused. I think he's.
Atlanta Tower, Delta
There we go.
7673,
Well, he's getting it
holding
done.
short of runway 9 left, ready for departure.
I always pick the same co-pilot. I like him. You know, he's a great pilot monitoring usually.
Delta 7673, Atlanta Tower, runway 9 left, wind 040 at 8. RNAV lead us, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 9 left, RNAV lead us, cleared for takeoff. Delta 7673.
And once again, you know what I said about the Traffic Global. Before you enter a runway, if you're using Traffic Global, you stop and you check your traffic. See, I've got one. In fact, we're good for takeoff, but okay. So we've got a Southwest Airlines flight. It's about 8 miles out, meaning that it is clear. It is safe for us to take off. Okay. Alright, we're going to enter the runway. We're going to line up and N1. Once again, Nimbus did a good job on this runway too. Here we go. N1's hit. Front pressure on the yoke, or forward pressure on the yoke. Rotating.
Positive breathe.
And gear up. Flaps are being retracted.
Delta 7673, contact departure on 124.6.
Departure on 124.6, Delta 7673.
It's a great shot leaving the airport there. Nice.
Delta 7673, we're climbing at 1500. Delta 7673. Atlanta departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000 direct jack.
Direct jack.
Climb and maintain 10,000 direct jack. Delta 7673.
Okay. Direct jack. Thank you. So we still haven't been cleared anything above 10,000.
Delta 7673. Climb and maintain flight level 210.
And I was
Flight level
mistaken.
210, Delta 7673.
210. Good, and we'll stay. We usually, even if we put it on 350, it would stay ahead. You would stay ahead of what he says,
Ladies
but
and gentlemen, as we climb
it's
to
usually
our
better to
cruising
call it
altitude,
out because it's a
I'd like to extend
awareness.
special thank yous to
Also,
each of you, and
the
welcome back to our
continuous
SkyMall members and
engines are on
Korean
continuous.
pilots.
We'll take that back
Your
off.
business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire
And
Delta
landing,
family.
the wheel well light
For your
is off.
safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. Now reach an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you.
And I'm going to go ahead and set our cabin lighting to cruise lighting.
On
There's
today's
no
flight
need
in
to
the
wait.
economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies.
And 7,000 and climbing.
Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 50% and
Gear
earn double miles
gear
on all
lever has
Delta
been put to
purchases.
off, and
For your journey,
RTO has
each
been
seat
put
is
to
equipped
off.
with your own personal
Checklist
entertainment
complete.
system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music.
Delta 7673,
You'll
climb
find
and
on the
maintain
screen
flight level
will work best
270.
if the lights tap at your fingertips.
Landing lights are off at 10 at 10,000.
Delta
Otherwise, if
7673.
you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant
270.
know the RDR is complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
Right. 270. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights here. I'm good without them. Okay. Although I do like the shadow feel of the lights, but no, leave them off. Is that the Big Dipper, by the way, over there? Looks like the Big Dipper. I think that was a little Easter egg they put out there. Try to put the lights back on. I don't like it. I like a little bit of light in the cockpit. Yeah, it's better. Alright, slow climb. We're gonna our flight level's 350. It's just a slow climb.
Flight level 340, Delta 7673.
340. Okay. I don't know why they do that, the teaser like that. 340. I mean, we're going up to 350. So I'm not sure why he does that, but he does. Okay. All right.
Delta 7673, contact Atlanta Center on 127.5.
Contacting Atlanta Center on 127.5, Delta 7673. Atlanta Center, Delta 7673, evening, climbing to flight level 180 for flight level 340.
Okay, so
Delta 7673, Atlanta Center, good evening.
I did do a big boo-boo tonight. I don't know if y'all caught it. If you're sharp, if y'all are sharp or paying attention, you would have caught it. I didn't I didn't set QNH. I mean, I listened on my weather reports, everything else, but I didn't have the QNH set. But this is back to where fools and children are saved. So, you know the default QNH on the aircraft is 29902. Well, the QNH turns out the QNH for Atlanta tonight was 29903. So we weren't far off. But no, that was bonehead. So anyway, we're good now. We're at 29903 and climbing. And I'm gonna set my heading bug right there with the flight plan and just let it flow. Oh, Passenger Escobar. Remember, if you've flown the Zibo, you know who Passenger Escobar is. He's the one with the IBS. He always has to have a special meal. Passenger Escobar. Okay. His special meal. I don't know if he's kosher or what, or I don't know if it's not vegetarian. I don't know. Every time he has to have his special meal.
Delta 7673, Atlanta Center, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Okay, 350. And I see a little bit of precip there, but
Climbing and maintaining flight level
I
350,
do not see any alarm. I don't see any cloud cover or anything of worry or concern. I do see where we're literally skirting past a weather cell that is it's going to be to our east. We literally are skirting it. all the way to waves, but it looks like unless it's moving our way, and I want to check. We'll double check that. We might be okay.
Zulu Bravo 738, Winder Barrow approach. Wind 056 at 5 knots. Active arrival runway 05.
Yeah, there are some weather cells, and I'm checking their movement right now. Let's see. Actually, they don't appear to be. No, they appear to be moving out toward the Atlantic, like the storm cell. And this storm cell has some the red activity and yellow activity, but it looks like it's moving to the northeast, to our right. So we may not see it. I wonder if we can see it outside. No, you can't. Even from an angle, all I'm seeing is stars right now. Just beautiful stars. So I think we're good for now. So we're 423 knots, excuse me, 423 miles from DC, and we're on a current climb. We're at 270. We'll get up to 350 and just have some smooth, hopefully some smooth, nice flight for I don't know, maybe 45 minutes or less before we start having to descend. Might be able to get up our navigraph here. Just sometimes it's interesting to know from y'all's perspective where we are. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's better, yeah. That'll give you a better idea of where we are right now, including the distance. So we're 410 miles outside of DC. We are squawking 2176, and we're currently at about 286, 85 knots. But as soon as we get to cruise altitude, I will. I might tweak our speed a little bit. We'll see if we can buy a few extra. Cut this by at least a few minutes. Currently I'm at about 310. I do notice on the view that you have, like right now I just moved, you'll see eventually where I moved the screen that I put up, but I have some area here that you cannot see. I think I've got our view set to about 1080, but I know that there's a little bit to the left and right you cannot see on my widescreen. I think that's about right. That'll give you a view, so at least you'll know where we are for a moment. So we've got a little bit of distance to go. I know you can track the progress of the distance on the overlay, but this will give you more info. Like we're at 392 miles from destination. Destination bearing right now is 43. All right.
1,000 to go.
We're also going to go ahead and look at our numbers here. So we have our arrival is going to be on a frequency, ILS frequency of 109.90 at 007. Our course directors are already set to 007. See that side and that side. They have to be on that number in order for the frequency, everything to work properly. So 109.90, we're going to change our frequencies here, 109.90, and leave them right there. So they're set up. So 109.90, and a course heading of 007 is the runway. So the runway is 007. It may say it's runway 101. But the actual heading is 007. We're going to have a VREF. If you notice up here, there's no VREF speeds yet. We're going to have a VREF of flaps 40 at 142, and we can test that over here. We can go to performance landing. A rough idea of what our gross weight will be is we're going to say 144 when we get to our destination. 144,000. Runway 01. And we can even get the winds for the airport. In fact, let me do that now. On arrival. So for DC, do you know the longest runway at DC is 7,100 feet? That's all. Okay, so winds are from 30, heading 30 at 7 knots. So for wind, we're going to put 30-7. And it doesn't like that. How about if we put 030 at 07? Ah, that's not what I did. I wasn't doing that. 030. It doesn't like that, so it doesn't like that either. So how about 30 at didn't do it. So 30. Is it just want the wind itself? Is that it? I don't think so. 7. Oh. Start it over. So winds. So wind is how many knots? So we'll say 30 dash at 7 knots. Will it take now? No. How about 0? Just put 07. Nope. 030. Nope. Did not take. we'll have to come back to that. I've got to figure that out. I don't know why it's not taking it. If somebody out there does, let me know. Could be me. And then 29er. Let's get our 30.05 is our QNH. 30.05. But in any case, it's going to give us a +5 VREF no matter what we do. And this is what we got to remember. 737s. One thing about 737s is they land fast. So our VREF is around for what it's around here is 146 knots. So that's it's compared to what even the larger Airbuses, what they've come in at. You feel like you're flying with a 737 when you come in. Okay, QNH is set for our arrival, runway 2. When we go in, we're going to be going in at, I'm going to put this to 3, like anti-skid to 3. But it looks like we have plenty of room on the runway. I'm not concerned about it, but our braking looks very well, because auto brake. See, if we set an auto brake of 2, we're at 2,257 meters. Still, though, it's, really, I think I would rather. I'm gonna put 3 for brakes. So yeah, that just I feel more comfortable just putting like 3 for brakes. Okay. All right, we're getting ready to go over the area of Kernersville and Greensboro, North Carolina. Hey Nathaniel. How you doing? I don't even know if I deserve captain. Okay. No. Other than the beta 4, I'm running off of beta 4. But this is not the new. This is not an update on Zibo, as far as I'm concerned, unless there's something that's come out that I don't know about. Have you heard anything? I'm not anticipating on the Zibo, my Zibo model. I'm really not anticipating anything on that. On the Xplane side, I have not heard any rumble or chatter or buzz yet, so I don't think there's anything happening right now. I will say this: the current beta 4, I've been running off the beta 4. And it seems stable. Although I think Traffic Global, I had a few issues with Traffic Global with it. I used to be able to throttle it way up on the previous version, Traffic Global, and I had to at least cut back at some of my traffic congestion, to get it to work correctly. So, but yeah, this isn't a newer version of it. Has anybody using Say Intentions now? Is there any of y'all using Say Intentions? I've used it. I've been on Say Intentions for about 6 or 7 months, and I still go on VATSIM some, but sometimes I just like the the ease or the convenience of getting on say Intentions, and always having a controller for anywhere I happen to be. Not as realistic maybe in some ways, but I mean, you know, you got to deal with personalities in real life. but the say Intentions, it seems it's been real solid for me. I've really enjoyed using it. Right, how far out? We're still a little bit out. We're about 321 miles out, and I'm already. I think I'm pre-configured for descent, so I think we're good. I'll just wait this out. I have done this past week. I've been on when it came. I never was an Xplane 11. I never was. Never used it. So a lot of the features, maybe some features, even the Xplane 12, are things I just never used, such as doing international flights on my Delta Virtual, using, like if I come out of Charles de Gaulle and I'm coming to Chicago or to Atlanta, the time compression's been a lifesaver for me. So I can I'm allowed to do up to 4 times, and I think usually I do about 3.8, but that actually has been a big help when I'm over the Atlantic. And I know that's not quote unquote, I'm not sitting in my chair for the entire flight like a real pilot, but it's made it a lot easier to be able to complete flights and just to get through sometime and not have to keep like getting up and sitting down and getting up, but actually using it. So it works really well.
Atlanta Center, Delta 7673, good evening, maintaining flight level 350.
Delta 7673, Atlanta Center, good evening.
I might speed this up a little bit. I might actually time compress this a little bit. We're at about 306 miles out right now. Let me see. I might try to buy us a little bit of time in between. Let's see here. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely on a little bit of time compression right now. Okay, I didn't throttle it up, but we're at about 2 times right now, and I think I'm going to leave it about there. So we're in about 2.3 times time compression. I think I'm just trying to buy about 100 miles, 100 nautical miles. And evidently there was a little bit of turbulence along the way too.
Delta 7673, expect the CAPS 3 arrival. Plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes.
Expecting CAPS 3 arrival. Planning for descent in 20 minutes. Delta 7673.
Alright, and time compression's off. I think that may have gotten us about 75 miles. I think. And we're still really skirting that storm that's to our east right now, just barely, but it looks like we're going to stay out of it. That was really, I don't know if that was planned on the flight plan, like the weather was factored in on that. That's really a good job, like the way it's our route, what it takes, it's just right. Just right.
Delta 7673, expect the CAPS 3 arrival. Plan for descent in maybe 15 minutes.
Alright.
CAPS 3 arrival expected. Descent in 15 minutes. Delta 7673.
Let's look at our flight plan too to see how we want to set up our descent. So we're currently at 350. We have a hard stop at it looks like 17,000. So I think we will. That's the KSET. That's at waves and KSET. So I think what we'll do is set our altitude at 17,000. And we're going to go to descent, forecast.
Delta 7673. About 57 minutes ago, we had an aircraft report light to moderate turbulence at flight level 350.
Okay, all right. Delta 7673, roger. Alright, I'm not okay with not having the descent winds in there. Not at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find my descent winds on my flight plan, and we're going to manually enter it. There we go. Okay. So you think about what I want. I want the winds at 350. I'll say 250 and 150. Now, with that in mind, the winds at 350 or 220 at 84. 220 at 084. 250, 260 at 38. And 150 is 220 at 11. There, winds are entered, and we're 113 miles roughly from what would be top of descent. and you see the weather is starting to show up on our screen here. So we do have some. We'll actually kind of hit a little bit right here, but it looks like we're not going to capture the mother lode of it. A better shot of it. So we'll run through some around Kiwi. All right. Yay. Okay. All right. And weather radar is working good. It's good. Wow. See the skies light up? That looks really cool. Actually, that looked really good. Laminar, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's good. That looks good. All of this is default. I'm not using any special plugins for weather. I use just everything default. And the only scenery that's custom are the airports. So like we're flying into a Thai model DC airport, and it's actually DC and KDCA. So the city is a separate custom scenery, and then separate one for the airport. It's really well done. Even in the buildings, very well done. Put your note on here, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, no new updates that I am aware of. Just the beta 4, and I'm running on Zibo's 737-800. Very stable, just one of my favorite aircrafts. I actually think it looks like we're going to be going through the weather on descent. As we near descent, we'll actually be going through some weather. It's all right. Which means I'm taking control of seat belts right now, and I'm going to leave the seat belt sign on.
Delta 7673, contact Washington Center on 124.05.
Switching to Washington Center on 124.05. Washington Center, Delta 7673, evening, maintaining flight level 350.
Delta 7673, Washington Center, good evening.
Washington Center, Delta 7673, good evening, maintaining flight level 350.
Checking weather reports now, just to be sure any additional weather reports we need. I'm not sure if it's. I don't think it's conflicting, but well, let's see. So the weather radar on my aircraft seems to see more than the Navigraph does. It probably, from its perspective, it's probably got a better view. Like the aircraft probably's got a better view.
American 157, Washington Center, good evening. American 3120, Washington Center, good evening.
I think we're in good shape for descent. So we're 66 miles from top of descent. We're 183 miles from the airport. We don't have much of a transition to line up. But the numbers look good, so we're currently at about 255 knots. And we have a crosswind right now. We have a wind that's kind of a crosswind of 53 knots right now that we're in. So yeah, yuck. We might have a little bit of a tussle on the approach. Look at that. So we've got some to go through here. If we could just avoid that, I hope we can avoid that. Everything still looks very good. Very good. Okay. See some of that lightning when it lights up the clouds. It's pretty good. It looks good. Brian, we're ready. We are ready to start for our clearance for descent.
Ready for the arrival briefing, Steve.
All right, so for arrival here.
Request descent clearance now.
Yeah.
We'll be arriving at Reagan on runway 1 using the ILS approach, flying the CAPS 3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the start, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 1. Weather shows winds 020 at 7 knots, few clouds at 900 feet, broken at 1900 feet, overcast at 6500 feet. In case of a missed approach, we'll follow the published procedure. Squawk code remains 2176, and approach frequency will be 124.905. Flaps 30 for landing. Final
Delta
approach speed
7673,
will be
descend via
135
CAPS 3
knots.
into Reagan,
Taxi
altimeter
to gate
2988.
terminal 2D36. Ready for
Descend
arrival,
via CAPS
Captain.
3 into Reagan, altimeter 2988, Delta 7673.
And I agree, Brian. Well said.
Thanks, Steve.
Lieutenants, please prepare the cab for arrival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
That's just some brutal looking clouds. Good gracious. Ominous. Wow, look at those clouds. Wow. We are barely missing. This is kind of the more the storm clouds. You see some of the cells there. Look! You even have some like extreme kind of red cells there. We're missing. It's good. In fact, let's play it. It doesn't appear to be coming in. Well, okay, it is, but I think we'll be well on the ground before it gets here. see the moon? Moon must be hiding behind those clouds. That's a really nice shot. That looks so nice. I'm ignoring him. We're ascending from 270, and he's saying that. I'm like, come on, man. Brian, walk us through our approach briefing again.
We'll be arriving at Reagan on runway 1 using the ILS approach, flying the CAPS 3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 1. Weather shows winds 035 at 8 knots, broken clouds at 1300 feet, broken at 2200 feet, overcast at 4,000 feet. In case of a missed approach, we'll follow the published procedure. Squawk code remains 2176 and approach frequency will be 126.4. Flaps 30 for landing. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Taxiing to gate terminal 2D36. Ready for arrival, Captain.
Wow. I have a concern of some crosswinds at this time, but it appears right now I think we should be okay on the approach with the 8 knot wind.
The winds are 035 and 8 knots, which should be manageable for the approach. We'll continue as planned.
Alright, we've got a turn coming up here as we head toward waves. Weather is looks manageable right now. It's alright, little precip. We're holding at 220 at the moment.
673, speed 280 knots.
I'm ignoring him. Continue our descent. That next mark will be 17,000. See the moon, by the way, it's kind of cool. It's huge. Very fortunate, I think, weather-wise. Missed a lot of the really bad stuff. We're at 19,000. We're getting close to switching over from standard on altimeter. We're continuing our descent.
1,000 to go.
Delta 7673, contact Potomac approach on 119.85.
Potomac approach, Delta 7673, evening, descending to 15,000.
Delta 7673, Potomac approach, good evening, Reagan, altimeter 29904. Expect the ILS runway 1 approach into Reagan.
Potomac approach, Delta 7673, evening, descending to 15,000. Altimeter 29904. Expect ILS runway 1 approach, Delta 7673.
Just saw some new sales coming from the north, but it should be okay. Bring up landing lights. We are 39 miles from the airport. We're on kind of a modified base leg right now. Wow, that looks so good.
Delta 7673, proceed direct Catrin. Descend and maintain 2500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Proceed direct Catrin. Descend and maintain 2500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach. Delta 7673.
I know he says proceed direct, but I really want to stay on the current course, which is to Hall, where our descent has just been perfect right now. Just so. I just went to flaps 5. 30 at 147 is our final. We have activated the approach frequency. We'll probably we should be able to capture it from a little further outside. We're at 22 miles out right now. This will be our turn on to final. We're 19 miles out.
Zulu Bravo 738, Ronald Reagan Washington NTNL approach. Wind 026 at 7 knots. Active arrival runway 01. Parking 116 reserved.
Alright. And we're at flaps 30 at 147.
7673, contact Reagan Tower on 119.1.
Switching to Potomac approach. Delta 7673 evening. We're established on the ILS for runway 1 approach.
Delta 7673, Reagan Tower, roger, continue approach runway 1.
Reagan Tower, Delta 7673, good evening. We're established on the ILS for runway 1 approach.
miles out. Gears dropped. Ron, you want to brief one last time?
We'll be arriving at Reagan on runway 1 using the ILS approach, flying the CAPS 3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000
runway
feet.
1 clear to
After
land.
the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 1.
Delta 7673.
Weather shows wind 035 at 8 knots. Broken clouds at 1300 feet. Broken at 2200 feet. Overcast at 4,000 feet. In case of a missed approach, we'll follow the published procedure. Squawk code remains 2176, and approach frequency will be 119.85. Flaps 30 for landing. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Taxiing to gate, terminal 2D36, ready for arrival, Captain.
Thank you, Brian. We're ready for arrival. I agree.
Great, we're all set for the arrival, Steve.
Notice it, but we're crabbing the final. Also, we're relying on the assistance of AutoLand for this particular landing because of the winds and the conditions right now. All right, flaps are at 30. Anti-skid is set to 3. Ground spoilers are armed.
Thousand feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Throttle's mine.
Longitude 84 Juliet, contact departure.
Securely fastened until the captain has parked the
Reagan
aircraft
Tower,
at the
Delta
gate and turned off the
7673
seatbelt
evening. We're
sign.
clear of runway 1 and ready to
This will
taxi
be your
to the
one
gate.
and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and
Reagan
move
ground,
about the
Delta
cabin.
7673, cleared of runway 1.
Please
Good
be
evening.
reminded
We're
to
ready
use
to taxi
caution
to the
when
gate.
opening the overhead bins to prevent
Taxi to
injury
Terminal
from
2,
articles
gate
that
Delta
may have
360
shifted during
Lima
landing.
Kilo.
You may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. However, your laptop computers and larger electronics must remain stowed. We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your SkyMiles account. If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other information, a uniformed Delta agent meeting this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Sky Team, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
Brakes on, parking brakes on. Chocks are in place. GPUs active.
Delta 1651 ready for taxi.
Welcome to Reagan. Yeah, I think the jetway's a little overzealous. That's alright. That's alright. Cut you some slack on that. Yeah, the jetway. The double jetway. I guess this space would have been better for a larger aircraft. I kind of took it. Okay. Alright, let's see a replay before we go. Alright, I like the touchdown. 111. Good. It's good. I'll take it. Alright, let's do it. Let's do a replay. So this is we're in the Capitol. We're in D.C. here, and this is Reagan National. Thai Model are the ones that made this airport and did a bang-up job on it. And I'll show you what I mean. Let's go inside the. Look at that. Talk about like just what a great job. And they didn't stop there. It wasn't enough. This is DC, and some of the landmarks at DC on top of everything else is their baseball stadium. Check that out. Look at the detail on that. Just, now you get into the monuments and the buildings, the business buildings of the Capitol business. There you have the White House. Excuse me, the Capitol building. You have the Washington Mall, the whole mall there, which is really neat. I spent a lot of time on park benches there, just reading. Washington Monument, all the way down to let's visit Lincoln. There we go, Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial, and there's also the Jefferson Memorial. Look at the water. I think Jefferson Memorial's out here. Let me find it. Yeah, it's out around here. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. So you got the Jefferson Memorial, and yes, you do have a likeness of Thomas Jefferson in that one. So yeah, you have they did a good job on this. All right, everybody have a good night. Hope your flights are good, landings are smooth.